Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome. Oh. Okay, now we're going. Now we got it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So, let's see, where are we at here? Oops. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Let's kick this off with a party, some party sounds here. What do we got here? This movie tracks. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Welcome there, Edward. And Amy Rose. Aman. Who else we got here? Lalita. Madhusudhan. Fanny. All right, man. Do we have a quality group here? Govinda. My God, these are the best friends you can have in the world. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna. A little more jazzy thing. Let's try this. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Easy music.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, Gauranga, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Goranga.
Jerusalema ikayalami
Krishna,
ilondoloze
Krishna, Krishna,
uhambe nami
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
ikayalami
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
ilondoloze
Rama Rama, Hare
uhambe
Hare,
nami
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Gauranga Nityananda, Gauranga, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Peace, peace, peace. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gauranga Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. All right. All right. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming to our little program here, a little playtime. Yeah. So let's read from Chaitanya Bhagavat. See what happens here. If anybody wants to come on, you're welcome to. I might even get you to read a little bit. Krishna, 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 Krishna. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Sri Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gora Bhakta Vrinda. Madhya Lila, Chapter 23. Sri Chaitanya visits the Kazi with his Sankirtan party. All glories to Sri Chaitanya, who is an ocean of transcendental excellences. And all glories to him who is known as Vishvambara, who is the lawgiver of the entire material creation. You are very dear to Sri Nityananda and the crest jewel of the Brahminical race. All glories to your dearmost devotees. Sri Vishvambara continued his transcendental activities in Navadvip, but not all could see them. As Vishvambara, the supreme hero, having descended from Vaikuntha, went about revealing his pastimes, the sublime joy of the devotees also increased. Vishvambara was accompanied everywhere by his dearmost associate brother Nityananda, and together with all the devotees ecstatically relished transcendental mellows. The Lord was always intoxicated by drinking the nectar of his own transcendental name. Every night he was submerged in the congregational chanting of the Lord's name, but only with his devotees. The non-devotees were disallowed into these kirtans. No one could fathom the Lord's potencies or activities. The envious persons not being welcome to these kirtans went around spreading bad rumors. Someone said, "Who can be a real Vaishnava in Kali Yuga? All those people are doing all those people are doing this simply for their food." It's true, they were doing it simply for their food, but not in the way they were thinking. Yeah? See, when you're in Maya, you think it's material. Oh, they're just doing it for their food, material food. No, they did it for their food, their life. Ecstatic devotion is their food, real food. Someone else said, if we could tie their hands and feet and throw them into a pond, then we might enjoy peace and quiet. Yet another said, know one thing for certain, friends. This Nimai Pandit will ruin this village. These miscreants tried various means to enter the kirtan hall while the kirtan was in progress. They even reverted to threatening the devotees. But because their hearts were devoid of any piety, they could not influence the devotees and so could not participate in the kirtan. Sri Chaitanya performed these nocturnal kirtans and thus purified the entire material existence. Many townsfolk desired very much to see these kirtans and lamented bitterly. Upon their exclusion, ascribing the reason for their great misfortune. Some of them would approach one of the devotees and pray to them to first deliver them from their sins, and then secretly smuggle them inside the kirtan hall. Nevertheless, the devotees knew that the Lord is omniscient, super soul, and that he would immediately detect any unauthorized person's presence. So out of fear of inviting the Lord's wrath, the devotees refused to take anyone inside. One brahmachari, a celibate student, once a brahmachari, a celibate student, who was very peaceful, honest, and faultless, practicing penances and living only on milk and fruits, wanted to see the kirtan of the Lord. However, the Lord would personally shut the doors so that the non-devotees could not enter. The brahmachari would visit Srivas Pandit every day and repeatedly request to him to be allowed for the kirtan. He would say, "If you kindly take me inside your house during the kirtan, then I can feast my eyes on the Pandit, chanting and dancing. I will be forever grateful for this." We'll continue it in a bit. We're just gonna chant a little bit. We're gonna chant some japa together here. Get out your little bead bags. Yeah, there's a lot to say about this. I think we'll get more into this in a little bit here. Yeah, I mean, inside the pastimes is all the knowledge you need. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama. Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari. Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hari Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama Rama Hari Hari. Hare Krishna Krishna Hari Hari. Hare Rama. Hey, there she is. So read us a little bit while I need to lay down for a minute. I forgot I didn't take a nap. So I'm going to listen to you while you read.
What shall I can read some Chaitanya Bhagavat. I was reading it.
Yeah, whatever you.
Haridas Thakur.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be right in the side. I'll be back in a second, a little bit.
Let me find it.
I was wondering why I was a little tired chanting, so I didn't take a nap. I gotta usually take a little nap in the afternoon. You get up so darn early in the morning.
Let me shut. The cat ran out the door. Let me shut the door. Okay. So it's in the Adi Leela of Chaitanya Bhagavat. And Haridas had been Haridas Thakur was raised a Muslim as a Muslim, but then he was Hindu, preaching Hindu and chanting Hindu, and the government official did not like this, so they had him arrested, and they had him. Hey, Lalita, Janaki, everybody that's I can see he's mentioned my name. Thank you. He had them. So they took him to the prison, and all the prisoners started bowing down to Haridas. And you can imagine what the government officials were thinking. And so Haridas gave them a blessing, and they all wondered why this was a blessing. He said, "Stay as you are." And they're like, "Stay as we are. We're in prison. We want to. We don't want to be like this." And he goes, "No, I'm talking about your devotion to a saint. In a sense, he was your devotion." And he didn't say to a saint, but he said your devotion. And so then they took him away. The officials took him away, and they were took him to, and they were ordered to go beat him in 11 marketplaces. And so when they did, they would go from one to one and just keep hitting him and beating him, whipping him. And they were ordered to beat him and to whip him till he died. And he didn't die. And he was actually smiling and chanting, and they couldn't understand. And so they were so surprised about this, and they were like, if he doesn't die, we're going to get the Nawab is going to kill us. And so Haridas said, "Well, all right, I'm sorry for that. Here, watch me die." And so he kind of just collapses, and he goes into like a kind of a trance, like he stops breathing and everything. And let's see. So and then they and the people who had been watching the beating and everything too had been like pleading with the officials, stop beating him, and they wouldn't listen to him. So the public was on the side of Haridas. So I think I read on a little bit more of that. Let me see, hold on. 41, 42, 3, 44. Yeah. Okay. So then they took his body. So he says, "Well, so watch me die." And so they said, "Well, a pure devotee of the Supreme Lord." Well, that's not what they're saying, but this is what the writing. "A pure devotee of the Supreme Lord possesses all mystic power." So without any hesitation, Haridas fell lifeless without a trace of breath. The Muslim sentries were astonished but glad, and they brought the body of Haridas to the Nawab. When the Nawab ordered the sentries to bury him, the Qazi protested. He said, "No, if he's buried, he will be saved and ultimately gain entrance into heaven." And although he got a high birth as a Muslim, he behaved like a low Hindu. Therefore, it is proper for him to be thrown in the Ganga to suffer eternally like the other lost Hindus. And if he was to be buried, he will become elevated and freed from his sin. So the the Noah or the Kazi is saying, don't bury him because he could go to heaven, and don't and he could be freed from sin. And they don't talk about burning his body, but they said put him in the Ganga. So on the Qazi's order, the sentries picked up the body of the Haridas and carried him to the Ganga. Haridas remained in a death-like trance, and he was meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So the whole time he's thinking of the Lord. No matter what happens to us, just keep thinking about the Lord. The spirit of the Lord Krishna then descended into the body of Thakur, and he became so heavy that it was impossible to throw him in the water. And the strongest of the sentries came forward to push him into the waters, but he remained in a deep trance and could not be moved. Haridas had that little bit of sound that Gorhari left his, it's not a big problem for me. Gorhari left his microphone on, but it's not too bad for me. I hope it's okay for everybody else. So he was so heavy, they couldn't put him in the water. The strongest of the sentries came forward to push him, but he remained in a deep trance and could not be moved. Haridas had already drowned in the ocean of love of Lord Krishna, and he had no perception of the world around him. He knew not if he were still in the body. So Haridas didn't know if he was in the body or if he was wandering somewhere in the universe. Or he didn't know if he was deep in the waters of the Ganga yet. Just like Prahlad Maharaj, Haridas Thakur had the spiritual ability to constantly remember the Supreme Lord. Such an extraordinary capability was not surprising, for Haridas's heart was the permanent residence of Lord Gaurachandra. This entire episode with Haridas is a repeat of the heroic activities of like Hanuman in Sri Lanka. Ravana's son at the time of Hanuman, his son Indrajit, had sent the Brahmastra weapon given to him by Lord Brahma in order to capture Hanuman. Hanuman could easily have escaped it, but to show respect. I'm not sure what Janaki means by yes, Sachi. Maybe she's trying to say the sound. Gorhari, if you can hear, maybe you can mute your mic.
Oh, yeah, I will. Yeah, they're banging here.
It's real quiet here, but other people have different technology.
Oops.
So, Prahlad. So it was like at Hanuman's time. Hanuman could have escaped the Brahmastra weapon, but to show respect to the potency of Lord Brahma, Hanuman allowed himself to be bound up by the Brahmastra weapon. So Haridas could have escaped the punishment of the Muslims, but by allowing them to torture him, he taught the world a lesson. Okay, Janaki, I got it. But it's good that it's off, I guess. Okay, so Haridas Thakur could have escaped. Okay, he was teaching the world a lesson. Despite the extreme miseries of life, one must never stop chanting the name of Krishna. Haridas Thakur was directly protected by the Supreme Lord Krishna Govinda. Therefore, who could harm him? If one simply remembers the name of Haridas, not to mention his terrible ordeal at the hands of the Muslims being whipped, one becomes free from his own pain and misery. So that's, you know how they talk about Bible promises? Well, this is a promise from Chaitanya Bhagavat. If one remembers the name of Haridas, he becomes free from his own pain and misery. Most certainly Sri Haridas, because they say that because Haridas was, all that time he was being whipped, he didn't have pain and misery. The Lord was taking it on. So if when we focus on another person or being, we take on their qualities. So we can be freed from our pain and misery if we focus on Haridas. Most certainly Sri Haridas Thakur was one of the closest and most important associates of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Chaitanya Chandra. Haridas floated downstream on the currents of the Ganga, and after some time he became conscious by the Lord's desire. Fully and awakened and overwhelmed with ecstasy, he climbed out of the bank of the Ganga and went towards Pulia, loudly chanting the name of Krishna as he walked. So the sentries on the one side, they're thinking that they threw him in the Ganga and he's dead forever, but here he is crawling out on the other side to go on. Loudly chanting. When the Muslims saw Haridas, they were convinced that he possessed extraordinary mystic powers. Pure, happy feelings replaced the envy and hate. Pure, happy feelings replaced the envy and hate in their hearts. They offered him obeisances, worshiping him as a very saintly person. And by this worship, the Muslims became free from material entanglement. In the presence of the Nawab, Haridas stopped chanting and smiled compassionately at the Muslim ruler, who was standing respectfully with folded hands. In a humble and meek voice, the Nawab said, "I can now understand that you are truly a saintly person. You have realized the absolute truth, and you have seen the one Supreme Lord everywhere and in everyone. Absolute knowledge and liberation, which the mystic yogis and philosophers proudly boast of, have been easily attained by you because you are a perfect human being. I have come just to see you simply to beg for forgiveness. Kindly forgive me for the offenses I have committed against you. Because you see everyone equally, you have neither friends nor enemies. There is no one in the entire world who can actually grasp your extraordinary position. You are a free man in every respect. You may stay wherever you wish, in a lonely hut or a cave or on the bank of the river Ganga, but please be merciful upon those of us who have committed this great offense against you." Everyone, whether elevated or wretched, automatically forgets about mundane life when he sees the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur. The Muslims had been angry enough to kill him, yet they were transformed, and they worshipped his feet, accepting him as a holy man.
Yeah, to me, the moral of the story is basically this chanting Hare Krishna mantra in association with devotees who actually are purified to where they chant in ecstasy and they feel the happiness and the protection of the name is really the essence. and you get all protection from chanting the holy names. And it's just, you have to get over these offenses, like this, they talk about the envy and in the heart, and that has to come out of the heart, and then you're home free, because then you got the holy name, and the result of that, the ecstatic worship. And once these anarthas are out of your heart, then you got the full protection of Krishna. It's just amazing, actually. I'm amazed myself. The chanting is getting so nice and so powerful. Sachi has noticed probably over the years how things deepen, and it's the most sublime thing. You just start to realize why Lord Caitanya brought this chanting, and we just got to tweak the path. Just tweak it to get it right. To get it clear what they're talking about in the pastime. Basically, Haridas Thakur is an ecstatic devotee. He didn't commit offenses towards Vaishnavas. He was. And he stayed ecstatic, and it was always worked. It was beautiful. That man gave me new life. Unbelievable. Which one? Which man gave you? Oh, me?
You.
Oh.
You gave me new life too.
Well, actually, Krishna is given the life, but he likes to come through persons, to give that life.
But my new life, I still have to deal with. I still have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's not always perfect.
We just got to tweak all these things, this gets better, just gradually. Yeah. Yeah. Well, see, the mercy of Krishna follows the devotees, and the devotees' mercy, and when Krishna sees, oh, you like my devotees, oh, you listen to my devotees, you take their advice, and then it's very easy to get the mercy of Krishna, get the mercy of it. It's like the idea of the Father and the Son. If the Father, you don't have much any, you're unaware of the Father. If you see the Son, the actual born of the ecstasy of God, that kind of thing, the Son, and you become friends with the Son, you're definitely going to get the mercy of the Father, right? That's the essence of the thing, And that's how the witnesses, see, that's what Jesus said, you're going to be my witnesses when the Spirit arises in you. And so the Spirit's arising in devotees, in the new life, and so they witness. And then they transmit that new life to others just by your testimonies. And it's beautiful, a wonderful process. We just keep it going. It's fantastic. Yeah. All right. So let's see.
I wanted to say something. There's about this reading.
Go ahead.
When you said, so going back a little bit, what the reading says is pure, happy feelings replace the envy and hate in these Muslims' hearts. So when we get rid of the hate and the envy, we can have pure, happy feelings.
Yeah, pure, happy feelings, because they gave respect to a real Vaishnava. That's really the secret. Otherwise, the envy stays lodged in your heart. That's why I was telling anybody who has this envy in their heart, it's a big obstacle, and that is your biggest enemy, and so that has to come out, and that's why you keep chanting, associating with devotees, praying, and sometimes you get punished if there's still envy in the heart and jealousies and all that stuff. There's some punishment is just to help you just get rid of this, so you let it go, basically, instead of see, you can cultivate. It's like a weed, you ever have a garden and there's a lot of weeds? Could you imagine just putting water on the weeds? What are they going to do? They're going to grow. See? And so that's the tendency in this world. We're used to the weeds, and here we're weeding the garden. We're trying to, don't just keep watering the weeds, because they grow and they get stronger. And so that's and they start choking the Bhakti Lata Bij. So that's the challenge. So just It's a challenge. You got the weapons here. You got all the weed eaters and all the you got the holy name, you got the pastimes, you got the association devotees to help. So there's so many what do you call so much help to deal with this. There's a need to be room for that love. Lord Chaitanya makes that room by taking out the weeds. Yeah, yeah. See, Lord Chaitanya and also the devotees, you have to listen. That's why a lot of times He shows you right in the books, but not everybody even here understands. You need the preaching of the devotees a little further along that can see these things to kind of remind you, help you get clear about what the problem is. I mean, even in life, that's why people go to counselors, and doctors and psychiatrists to get more clear about why am I not happy? What's going on? People might question this process. A lot of people question when they come to Krishna, and they might not wonder, why am I not getting the desired result? I mean, if you go to ISKCON and you want the deeper realization, or some group, say any Vaishnava group, and you want a deeper relationship with Krishna, and you try for a year or 2 or 10 years, and it's not really coming, well, there might be something in the way, either on your side of the fence or the other side too.
There's something in this in this reading, one more paragraph beyond where I am is a question I had about.
Okay, go ahead.
And so do you want me to read? I have to read a full paragraph to get to that place, or I could just go straight and ask.
Just go to the place.
Okay, so basically, Haridas, the Muslims, he forgave them, and it talks a little bit more about how he was punished. They punished him, but that was through the Lord that he got whipped and all that, and it was his due punishment. But then the next thing where I have a question is, Haridas passed his time relishing the nectar of holy name and giving his enlightened association to the Brahmanas. Those Muslims who tortured Haridas and their families as well were eventually destroyed. And that's my question. What do they mean by destroyed? I mean, I thought there was forgiveness.
Yeah, well, see, these books they're translated and not by perfect persons usually, especially that one you're reading from. That's the Gaudi. Is that which one is? Yeah,
imperfect
yeah. It's just you got to understand. Sometimes there's contradictions, don't make sense, and also sometimes what they do often in the stories, they speed everything up. To get these things out of your heart might take some time. Yeah. Yeah, I know with that book. Yeah. So anyway, you got a lot of things to deal with. They speed the things up. It's like you get that out of your heart in a day and everything. It could take months to get envy and jealousy out of your heart. It's not like it goes right away. So usually it's more of a gradual process, but it's a story and they condense it. I mean, how you want to see how long that would take it to write the story of a person, what they go through. Well, you can just see what people are going through here to get purified. And you get the more thing. It's just like a story. They have to condense things up and then you got people translating the book. I mean, there's a lot of stuff to contend with. And that's why we need the empowered devotees who are very close with the Lord. And the Lord helps the devotee like interpret these things, but not mess them up, but actually restore everything. You ever see there's these people that restore the Bible and stuff like that. And they try to restore it according to properly. Well, yeah, that's kind of what we do.
So you're saying, it sounds like you're saying that these families and the Muslims who tortured him and their families as well were eventually destroyed. You sound like
Okay, all right, all
they're
right.
bad.
I'll say two. All right, yeah, I got the point. Okay, there's two
I
things.
didn't make the point yet.
No, yes, I got the point. I got it now. Okay, it seems like a contradiction, but it's not. Okay, so one thing is if you're the type of person that has envy and jealousy, and then you see the glories of Haridas, and you repent, and you say, "Oh, Haridas is wonderful," and you're just such a great exalted devotee, like the magistrate said, then you're forgiven. But if you're of the type, you see the glories of a Vaishnava, and you maintain that envy and jealousy, then you're actually going to suffer. The destroying means we're eternal. Nobody is destroyed forever. You're destroyed, take another birth, and until you learn the lesson. If you learn it in this life, like somebody might, like say, "Oh, I see Haridas, you're a great saint. I'm very sorry. Please forgive me." Okay, no, the Lord takes the envy and everything out. And if you're of the type, you just really mean and you just maintain that envy and jealousy, then you're if it doesn't come out of you, you inherit that curse that they talk about in the Bible. We're all under the curse. So you're going to be suffering until it's out, until we stop envying Vaishnavas and jealous, and that's the false ego. So that may take 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 3 months, 1 year, 20 years, 2 lifetimes. I don't know, it just depends. But so whenever you get it done, I mean, I'm learning this. I see it in our Sangha. Those who maintain some of these hard things, or it takes a while to dislodge them, they're suffering until this stuff is out of them, and they're still suffering there. And it's just kind of how it goes, that's why from my side, I preach like Lord Caitanya has preached about it. He told people what I'm telling people about. Don't, if you have envy in your heart, don't hold on to it. Don't water that weed. Try to pray to the Lord to get rid of it. Associate with the Vaishnavas, serve the Vaishnavas, praise the Vaishnavas, and get purified. And definitely don't water that envy and jealousies and all of that. Otherwise, you're going to suffer. People are suffering here because of that. But look at the devotees who are not suffering much. The ones who don't have that kind of envy in their hearts. Then it's very easy for them to chant the holy name. I mean, this is just a big lesson. I mean, our lesson, this sangha that we have is a great opportunity for all of us to get clear on these very deep principles of devotional service, and very clear, a very great opportunity for the world of Vaishnavism, for the world of ISKCON and all the current contemporary groups to learn of also how to very quickly get free of so many things. Prabhupada's godbrothers, they didn't understand these things. A lot of them had envy and jealousy their whole lives. And they were doing rules and regulations, but they were completely unaware of how to dislodge this, even after to the time when Prabhupada was here and he made his comments about it. So it could take a short time or a long time. So here is an opportunity to get rid of these offenses so that I mean, the Lord has given the holy name, and it's sometimes you see people flip-flopping. They get some attraction and freedom and bliss and stuff, and then they got this other, the other side, and they going, this is kind of back and forth. Anyway, this is a school. We're here to learn. Just wherever you are in class, some people are, they're a little in the class ahead or so. You know, we're playing differendo. What is this we got here?
Can I say something? I would like to say something.
Yeah, go ahead.
S-
Oops,
I'd like to see it as their bad qualities were destroyed.
yeah. They're what?
It said they were eventually destroyed. The families and the ones that tortured him. It's their bad qualities that were destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I like to
Yeah, well,
interpret it.
good. Yeah, it's good to see it like that. Well, some will, and if they don't want these bad qualities, some people don't want these things out of the way. Just so it depends. Okay. Anyway, that's good enough for that. And um, okay, so let's mute your microphone. We're going to chant for a while here. Thank you for the reading. Great reading. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Oh, and not all the God brothers had envy of Prabhupada. Some, and it's just a teaching and a lesson for our progress, so that we can learn from all these experiences. Not to condemn anybody or anything. It is what it is. You know. Until this envy and jealousy is identified and clarified, people have a very hard time becoming ecstatic in chanting. This is part of the false ego. Competition, envy, jealousy. It's the reflection of the self. It's not the real self. So it just takes time to get over. So yeah, welcome to the club, everybody. We're all getting purified. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. What happened to Sachi? Disappeared. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna. I'd do some work for a minute. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you for giving me so many wonderful friends. My goodness, I'm in heaven. And please, dear Vaishnavas, give me the ability to chant like you do in such a great ecstasy. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama. And forgive my offenses. I know I'm not a very good person. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama. I can't help it. I like bargains. I'm like Janaki. We're bargain hunters. Big bargain just came up, so I had to go for it. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare oh my Lord. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna. Okay, I promise not to bite. Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare. Okay, read a little bit here. Krishna Hare Hare. Once a brahmachari, a celibate student, who was very peaceful, honest, and faultless, practicing penances and living and living uh, and living only on milk and fruits. Here we go. Wanted to see the kirtans of the Lord. However, the Lord would personally shut the doors so that the non-devotees could not enter. Isn't that interesting correlation? You would think a person who's a brahmachari and who only lives on milk and fruits, that they're like some advanced person, some real spiritual person. Yeah. But you see, there's a new standard. There's another standard here. That ain't deep enough. That the Lord considers that a non-devotee still. You see, what I notice, what people praise in this world is still non-devotee status to Lord Caitanya. See, we're here to teach that standard. See, that standard is the spontaneous love of God given as a gift in the parampara. See, this is a very important distinction. You know, Bhaktisiddhanta was trying to make this distinction himself when he was here. Bullshit milk drinker, right? Yeah, you know, between a Brahmin and a Vaishnava. It was a big problem when he was around. They couldn't do it. And Prabhupada also tried to do that. And it's always the same mission. If you can make the distinction between a Brahmin, like a milk drinker, austere person, brahmachari or sannyasi, or even a guru now, who gets that position, and usually they're sannyasis. If you can tell a difference between, it doesn't matter their position, it could be, say we're just using them as an example, and a Vaishnava. See, this is so important. This is why this pastime is here. Okay? We have to learn who has got the mercy of Lord Caitanya. It's a deeper standard. See, devotional standard. So many people got the mercy early, just like it's happening here. The Lord's just repeating his pastimes. It's not like there's something different going on here. It's a repeat because it's the same lesson. This is the second time around people get a chance to figure it out that are ready to figure it out. That's why you could see people who get the mercy might be an Amy or a like a simple person, like a Fanny. You get the mercy that Krishna reveals himself to them. See? The same thing happened when Jesus, the Jesus prayed to the Lord, and because he saw the same thing that all real Vaishnavas who attained this special gift of devotion see. He understood the same thing. He prayed to the Lord. It's in the Bible. You can find it in the New Testament. Oh Lord, how wonderful it is that you give this understanding to babes and not to the wise. And see, the wise, they're not really wise, not just wise. Usually they're wise guys too. Yeah, it drinks liquid nectar. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So the Lord wants people to see it's all about getting the mercy of the Lord, of Lord Caitanya through the real line where it really is, where the symptoms are. See? So that symptoms are real, genuine devotion. So in Vaishnavism, they still put emphasis on this milk drinking thing. Oh, austerities, fastings, vegetarianism. It's all right. And it gets you maybe to a certain point, like the milk drinker. See, but the milk drinker ended up going through Srivas to get into the kirtan because the Lord would not allow even vegetarians or if they lack the quality of that mercy, which is the devotion, which makes you part of the family. See, without this pure devotion awakened in your heart, which comes through the real line at the time when the Lord says, okay, start distributing it, then you're not part of the family. That's why even if you're part of the family and you still have some envies and jealousies and all that stuff, that'll knock you out of feeling related to you'll see that offense will keep you on the outside until you rectify that. You got to get it clear, and stay in the family, not be back and forth. That's a intermin thing. Yeah. See, so the brahmachari, okay. The brahmachari would visit Srivas Pandit every day and repeatedly request him to be allowed in the kirtan. See, he came repeatedly. He came into the association of devotee and requested, you get me into the kirtan. So you'll see this theme going on through so many places in Chaitanya Leela, whereas a person goes to the devotee to get into the inner circle with the intimate kirtan. The Lord had the doors locked. Only his friends and family members. And that doesn't mean seminal. Yeah, they could be, but they it's their friends and family or those who are not opposed to ecstatic devotion. Same thing here. If people if you're not opposed to the ecstatic bhakti that's being shared here, you can come on in. Yeah. And so that's how you have to go through the devotees. So this is over and over again, the same theme. Yeah, that's why I repeat this over and over, because if there are 1,000 Vaishnavas in ISKCON or Gaudiya Math or Gaudiya Smriti, understand this preaching, understand these concepts I'm teaching right now, this moment, they really understand from their heart, they can easily get into the inner kirtan of the Lord Chaitanya. And how do you know? Oh, you chant the holy name in great ecstasy. Great with tears and choking, and just like the devotees in the inner kirtan, the Lord will give himself to you. See? Understanding this point and coming in the store. See? So you see the brahmachari, he had all the qualifications that people think are of a great devotee in these religious groups. Oh, he's so austere. Oh, that was a brahmachari. That's maybe many of these sannyasis. I don't know, maybe. Oh, he's so renounced. He's so without material desires even. See, he's renounced all that. He's celibate. See? But what people don't know is, but does he have the quality of devotion? He might be a sannyasi and be austere and all these things and have the quality of prema. And those symptoms are when you chant the holy name, you've got great ecstatic devotion, awakening, spontaneous. Or he might be a low-class person like somebody here. We come from lower classes here. But yet we receiving the mercy of the Lord, we may chant in ecstasy that an austere, renounced person can't do. See, if people get this clear, the pastimes are teaching this. Right here, I don't think I'm deviating from this pastime at all. I'm focusing the clarity that is needed so people can get over the obstacle. Just everyone look for the quality of devotion of this mercy of the Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirit of devotion is a spirit. See, it's not it's not a worldly spirit, it's a spirit from God, and the qualities are those persons love God, and the symptoms of that love are tears in the eyes. It's just what the books teach. You can see Lord Caitanya cried when he worshiped the name of Krishna. He laughed, he choked up, and so many beautiful symptoms of intimacy, of the Lord giving himself to you. That's where to be. Now you found the most auspicious place in the world. Matter of fact, that is the auspicious place to be. That's where the who's who of the most intelligent of the intelligent peace persons would be and know where to go. But we don't have that many people in town, so we have to teach. Okay? And if you hear this opinion, you check it real carefully in the book. You check it by the realizations and the revelations that the devotees getting this mercy are getting, and then you concur and agree. Oh, my goodness. You also become a recipient of this mercy, this spontaneous devotion. Lalita says, it really does not matter from what class we came, who are, etc. The only thing is having faith in the right association. Exactly. Because if you have faith in this association, if you have faith in this preaching, that would give you faith. If you, because I'm preaching, I'm talking, right? If you have faith in these words, faith in these conceptions being preached, okay, then you will get over the obstacles that are keeping prema from you, devotion from you, awakening. Okay? Because if you do have faith, if you don't have faith in this preaching, in these conceptions being taught, and the goal that's being taught, and how you can get Vrindavan mood in this lifetime, even maybe in a day or two, for some people, then you're going to have faith in somebody out there, faith in the leaders, the political leaders out there. Faith, if you're a religious person, faith in these gurus who may not have the quality of devotion. Maybe they just have the quality of renunciation, austerities, being a vegetarian, chanting 16 rounds, going to all the programs, or appearing to, but not really. What doesn't matter. Without the quality of devotion, you're not on the inside. You're not understanding internal bhakti, inside bhakti. You're outside bhakti, external ceremonies, rituals, stuff like that. See, and so the door is, being like the brahmachari, whatever you are, be like the brahmachari. Oh, Srivas, you're a devotee. You have devotion. You have the qualification to enter the kirtan. You get me in. You get me into that kirtan. You get me into a relationship with the Lord. This theme, it repeats over and over and over again in every chapter, in all books, directly and indirectly, even in Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, especially in these books, because they emphasize this. Because this is Kali Yuga, and we need the mercy of a Vaishnava. And now here we have mercy of many Vaishnavas here who have the qualities of Vaishnava. Qualities of Vaishnava, you chant the holy name in ecstasy with the tears and the visible symptoms of Krishna giving himself to you. We have a lot of people like that here. So this is the place to be, man. Not with an austere guru or my guru's so high. My sannyasi teacher is so high. He's austere. He's celibate. Oh, he chants 1 lakh. Oh, that's where to be. No, well, if they got the quality devotion, yes. But, what I've seen, most don't. Actually, to be honest with you, I haven't even seen one. But this is how rare it is. This bhakti is very rare. Lord Caitanya is very rare. His devotees are very rare, especially now after he disappeared. People are just wanting to learn this. That's why the Lord Prabhupada and Bhakti Siddhanta and Bhakti Vinod started everybody out on the rules. Get a little familiar with Krishna and study the Vedas, get your little Bhakti Shastra degrees on the wall, and walk around, prance around the stage for a while, get some, to keep you in the game a little bit, get a little water the weeds, what are you going to do? You're not ready to whack them. Jesus talked about that. He talked about the tares and the wheat. They grow together, and Jesus said, let them grow. And then at the end of the age, we come and harvest them. Separate the wheat from the tares. Tares are the weeds. See, this brahmachari would visit Srivas Panda every day repeatedly, request him for the kirtan. He would say, if you kindly take me into your house during the kirtan, then I can feast my eyes on the pandits dancing. I will be forever grateful to you for this, for this. Finally, one day, Srivas Pandit replied, I know you to be a good person who spends a sinless life eating only fruits, milk, and maintaining strict celibacy. See, Srivas is speaking correctly. I see that you're a good person. See, good. See, the Lord's going to teach not good to be good and just to be good. And I see you lead a sinless life, eating only fruits and milk, maintaining strict celibacy. See, and people teach that. Bhagavad Gita teaches that. Prabhupada taught that. Be sinless by only eating vegetables and doing austerities and following regulative devotion. Be sinless. Okay? But is it really sinless? Lord Caitanya considered, give me a person that doesn't do austerities or anything, but is respectful to my devotees, and I may give them devotion easily. Okay? But a person who might be like that, considered sinless and a vegetarian, celibate, and a sannyasi, but they're critical of real Vaishnavas. Oop, there you go. You got a sin worse than eating meat. Can you imagine that? A sin worse than eating meat. This is a controversial thing. A lot of people will fault me for it, but I got the scriptures behind me that finding fault with a devotee is worse. Finding a pure devotee, a person who has received the mercy of the Lord, going against their ecstasy, going against their conclusions, is worse than eating beef. Okay? So the Lord gave ecstasy to many Muslims who ate beef and never told them not to eat. He said, no, he gave them that simply because they gave respect to him as a Vaishnava and when in that mood, and or his devotees like Srivas. Oh, Srivas, he wasn't puffed up because of his austerities. He said, because by your mercy, I can get into the inner chambers and Lord of being in relationship with the Lord. Yeah. Okay, and so this happens. So the Lord gave that Muslim again, Srivas. He had a tailor. The tailor ate beef. He was a Muslim. The Muslim's natural thing is eat beef. And the Lord gave him his darshan, showed him his inner form. Yeah. See, so the Lord is looking more for those who find fault with Vaishnavas. That's why I say, this is why people have problems in our Sangha. Even though you get the mercy and you start, this envy comes out and you find fault with these beautiful Vaishnavas, you go in immediate illusion. I see that. I see you lose the ability to tell and appreciate the transcendental qualities of the devotees here. Burden is an illusion. You start finding fault and condemning them and all that, and then you just push yourself outside of that association. Very dangerous. I mean, if you're interested in bhakti, you're going to have to learn that lesson. So if you have that in your heart, you're the only recourse is you serve the devotees, man. You just the best thing. You just put the praises of devotees in your mouth, and you serve them, make friends with them, get their mercy, pay obeisances to the devotee in our sangha, man. The ones, especially the ones who have the visible symptoms of ecstatic devotion. What you do to them just rebounds. Better to eat meat than to find fault with devotees here that are ecstatic devotees. See, and that's why, and how do you know there's a problem? Well, are you suffering? There should be no suffering here. Especially when you chant the name and ecstasy arises, the only suffering comes is maintaining envy of Vaishnavas here. So give that up. I can't give it up. Well, just pray to give it up, and you will get the help. Pray to the devotees, pray to the Lord, pray to the Guru, serve the devotees, get in action, man. Serve the devotees. you know beg for forgiveness of the devotees from your Lord, I can't do it, I hate them and all. Well, just you'll get over it, because this is the way to do it. So the Lord will take it out of your heart. He wants to see that you really see it as an obstacle. We have to really identify these things very clearly. And then, oh, wow, I didn't know it was an obstacle. I thought I can just go into my traumas and I can go say any goddamn thing I want about the devotees. I can just blaspheme them. I can, hate them. I can do anything. There's no problem. I just and I'll talk about it, and I don't really want to give it up. See? You need to come to the point you really want to give it up. You see that you're losing everything. That's the mad elephant offense. It's the worst of them. See? So anyway, people got the holy name here. You got the association of devotees. And if this stuff is coming up, these anarthas, especially like that, the envy and jealousy, which shouldn't be there, the people that have ecstatic devotion here, there is no reason at all to be envious of anybody. You are lucky. You should be kissing your lucky stars that the Lord is giving you ecstasy. All you have to do is realize, let me get rid of this envy out of my heart, because that puts you right in illusion. Mad elephant offense. You lose all of a sudden you can't chant. You lose the attraction. You lose energy. You lose friendships here. You lose you lose everything. For God's sakes, pray the heck to the Lord that give that up and do whatever you have. You go 12 steps. I don't care. Govinda got a lot of value out of those things. Get out, do whatever you have to do and just pray and make it your life mission to get free of that. If that's what it takes your whole life to get free of that, you already got the Lord's mercy. A lot of devotees, they chant in ecstasy and they get the tears and all these things. Oh, just get rid of that. Just get that weed. Just keep whacking it, man. It's the worst. And I have to emphasize it like Lord Caitanya did. He spent a whole chapter on this. So many places. And once it's out, you're home free, for God's sakes. You just chant in ecstasy and everything gets up and up and up, and you stay steady in your mood. No more back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. See? So anyway, you'll get there. Be encouraged. You got all the tools. You got the holy name. You got the pastimes of the Lord. You got these beautiful devotees here. Wonderful devotees. Amazing devotees. I am so stoked myself. I feel protected. I feel inspired. And many of them I haven't even met physically. So anyway, that's just a good point. That's why, we just focus a little bit there. Deep traumas, when fully released, like an actual exorcism. Yeah. But you really got to want them released. No half-hearted thing. With the little thing, then you just keep feeding the weed and all that. Krishna wants to see you really want to release them. You really want this stuff to go permanently. Yeah. You know what? I think my voice is a little bit hurting a little bit. So I think I'm going to stop here. And we'll continue later. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, let's play the Fanny's favorite song. Oh, it's not working actually. So we got to play this kind of mundane thing. All right. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming. And we'll be back. Have an awesome day. Thank you, Lalita, for appreciating the class and everybody else. And may Lord Chaitanya's mercy and Nityananda's mercy be with everybody, so you can chant the holy name in ecstasy and everything else. All right. This is kind of nice song. Huh? Okay, Haribo, everybody. Let's see here. We have a question here, I think. So maybe I'll answer that. See, replying to Lalita, it is not a religious question. I was a vegetarian before being a devotee. For me, it is a question of rights of living beings. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, good. Let me talk about that before I go. Thanks for asking the question or comment. God can do what he wants, but if I can avoid that people kills and eat animals, I will try. Yeah, as long as you understand this point, you can have your moral considerations and all that, but you got to understand this higher principle. Because say you say, yeah, I like to just do, yeah, very, very good, and you criticize a Vaishnava here, because we got some very advanced devotees here that might still eat meat. I mean, Fanny admitted that she eats steak. Well, if you let's get real and practical. Fernando, if you criticize Fanny for eating a steak, a person that Krishna has given her so much mercy, you are in trouble, man. I've seen this. I've seen many Vaidhi Bhaktas do this all the time. They even some Christians have Christ, I mean, big time. I mean, big related. God has given them a wonderful relation to Christ, and they'll criticize them because they eat meat. You burn up everything. It doesn't, the Lord, it's not like to promote this, but people have their habits. Just like if you go to Garuda and you say, Garuda, how dare you eat fish? This is wrong. You're an offense, man. So the Lord feels that for everybody in their natural food. It could be food in the mode of ignorance. But if you come to the devotees, you can get the mercy, just like these like the what do you call that, Muslim tailor. He was humble. He didn't see. But if you have this thing and kind of like, well, I'm a moral person, man. It's pride in that, man. I've seen this so much amongst people, vegetarians, very moral. You want to maintain that? Well, you're going to have a few problems, man. I mean, if you just choose to be like, it's wonderful. See, we're going beyond this moral considerations on stuff, and you go into where is the mercy of the Lord, and that's all you need to be concerned with. If a person has the mercy of the Lord, regardless of what they're doing, they're eating and all that stuff, don't worry about it. Because if it becomes your thing and you start, oh, well, there's this person who's bad, boom, you're offensive to not just regular devotees, but actually ecstatic devotees who have the special mercy of Guru, Krishna, and the Vaishnavas. Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, because he also maintained that pride. You know, when and that's just how it is. A lot of people, I'm sorry, you got to kick out all these old teachings because they maintain pride. You get that from all these persons who consider the mode of goodness as going to deliver you. No, no, ecstatic devotion, getting this mercy, and judge not, lest ye shall be judged. Especially when you start judging those who have the mercy of the Lord, man. I'm only judging those who don't have the mercy of the Lord so they can get the mercy. They got to realize that the judgment is just of a mature ecstatic devotee. It's to help them understand the fault so they don't continue staying in the fault, the dark fault. And no, that's the only point, Fernando. I don't criticize Fanny, but if I meet Fanny, I'll speak with her about this and would like to give her a different experience. That's all. Okay, well, good. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Fanny says, replying, I am not a vegetarian, but I am protected by Krishna. See? She knows. See, you know when you're protected by Krishna. Okay. So good luck. Have a great day, everybody. And peace.